Hey everyone, and welcome back now to Game 3 of the European Challenger Series Playoffs quarterfinals. We've got a win or go home game between Reason Gaming and Mouse Sports.
And Mouse Sports have got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah.
They took their first game ever off of Reason Gaming in the Challenger Series, making it 3-1, and this time Mouse Sports controlled the team fights. But here TakeFun took charge and was able to get away from the ganks and shut Trashy down.
Yeah.
Which is a huge accomplishment all in itself. And once Mouse Sports clawed ahead, they built steam and never looked back. In Reason Gaming, they need to return to their Game 1 and their previous form.
Yeah, exactly. And so once again, I break down the elements of the game so that we can kind of think about like what it's going to take to win the game. So I think Mouse Sports are actually winning on individual skill. I think their bottom lane's doing better. I think their mid lane's doing better. I think their top lane's doing better. The one advantage that I think Reason has is the better jungler. I'm still very impressed by Trashy, but I think the Lee Sin ban needs to come back.
Yeah.
Right? It was banned away in Game 1. When KonDziSan got it in Game 2, he had a great impact there. I think that was really scary. I think you have to get the jungler back into a good spot here for Reason. They can outplay from the jungle.
Yeah, and Kha'Zix was banned Game 1 as well, and just picked up this game, and they pretty much showed, yeah, you had to bring the Lee Sin ban back, and they opted to ban
Rise.
They banned Rise instead.
Yeah.
That's right.
Diana both times, LeBlanc I think both times. And they brought in Rise for Lee Sin, which didn't pan out.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one because they love playing Renekton in the top lane. He's been played both games.
Yeah.
Not too much effect. I think he's actually lost both.
I mean, he had the minion lead against Shen.
It's true.
I think that it worked okay in Game 1.
I guess Renekton did win that first game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, completely beat up by Kubon's Elise, which was a big surprise, I think, all around. Like, out of nowhere, like, top lane Elise, and it's just, like, dumpstering the lane from early game as well the whole time. I'm very impressed by Kubon's play. Early death cap as well. And just, like, had a huge impact that time. And now it's like, well, shoot, how do you deal with Kubon now? Because they haven't even sent many bans his way. Like, a Rise ban once. And it's like, well, here's the champ you didn't even think of. Dumpstered him.
Yeah. And Elise, just out of nowhere, bringing that back and making it work. And his burst was just disgusting in that late game. Like, mid-late game, it was just ridiculous. And the fact that he survived a 2v1 just is a testament to Kubon's skill as a player, not just on that champion.
Yeah.
Because that is just a big accomplishment to be able to survive a 2v1.
Yep. And
an even bigger one to do it on Elise, then come out on top over Renekton.
It's good stuff. So now you got to think about the rest of the picks and bans because these guys are running contested picks a lot of the time. So you think back to it, right? And it's like at the very beginning in Game 1, you had KonDziSan from Mouse Sports. He took away Wukong as a pick for himself. In Game 2, they banned it away from Trashy. And honestly, again, I'm still not a fan of the Wukong steals. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but they're clearly respecting it a whole heck of a lot here in this series. Also, the Yasuo, banned by Mouse Sports in the first 3 games they played against Reason, both the 2 in the quarterfinals back in the day. Also, Game 1 here, they pick it for themselves. TakeFun does awesome. So it's like, okay, well, Yasuo's a contested pick. That's very important. The Wukong is somewhat contested. The Lee Sin, I think, is very, very important. And then you've kind of got a lot of one-sided bans the rest of the time, where support's playing different things, AD carry is playing different things, top lane is playing different things. And so that starts kind of whittling down where your bans go. And again, you keep in mind, Mouse Sports on the red side, both games they banned Lulu anyway. They still don't want to give that one away. Yeah. Kha'Zix, maybe a forced ban as well. And you're like, well, now you're kind of running out of options for these guys.
Yeah, and we saw just dominating performance from the Yasuo. So Lee Sin ban probably coming back. Yasuo ban will probably be coming back as well. The question is, do you give it up for the Diana ban? I don't know.
I think Reason still has a lot of bans to work with.
Yeah.
Like, again, once again, they're on blue side, right? Like, I'm about to sneeze, so I'm going to interrupt myself in a second.
That's fine.
Yeah, the Diana ban, like, I think the Elise... There we go. I've warned you. You can't blame me for that one.
Everybody does it.
Nope. This is the first time I've ever sneezed in my life. Prove me wrong, Internet detectives.
Somebody's got something of you sneezing.
I don't know.
Somewhere.
I mean, they found me missing a smite that I chose not to smite.
That's right. I remember that.
I chose not to smite. I was saving it.
You're like, I never miss a smite. And then they're like, Frick's a liar. You miss it.
See, the fact that you miss 100% of the smites you don't take is wrong. That's not a real quote. He never said that.
Anyway.
You don't miss smites you don't take. LeBlanc, Diana still the bans. Ziggs and Lulu still the bans from Mouse Sports. Now, do they remove Kha'Zix? Do they remove Yasuo? That's a big question. Reason Gaming, do they remove Rise? Do they remove Elise? Or what else do they do here? A lot of important questions for Reason Gaming last ban.
Don't know if you want to ban Elise. It was very powerful. But okay, yeah. That's,
Good.
That's the better choice here.
I think it's the right ban.
And now Mouse Sports will probably ban Kha'Zix. Oh, nope. They banned the Yasuo.
Ban the Yasuo. So this leaves Kha'Zix and Elise available, and Wukong. But honestly, I think this is right because they know Trashy will just pick Kha'Zix anyway. There's no reason to ban Wukong. It's a useless ban.
Yes.
Well,
I'm talking about picking it up. Like, Trashy is really good on Wukong, but here's the thing. He's already seen KonDzi's Wukong.
Yeah.
So he's like, we banned Lee Sin. If I pick up Kha'Zix, are you going to pick up Wukong again?
Who cares?
He's like, I saw it. I wasn't impressed by it.
Exactly. Wukong bound to be useless. So no Lee Sin jungle. KonDzi, I don't think he'll re-go for the Wukong. I don't think it's his best pick, and it was a steal last time. And there's no point stealing Wukong when you've already got jungle Kha'Zix.
Absolutely. And yeah, that is pretty much definitely a jungle Kha'Zix. It's extremely powerful.
Yeah.
beansu doesn't play at top lane. Sencux doesn't play at mid lane.
Yeah.
And now I think the serious pants are coming on. I don't think we're going to see another talent. I think that may have been just a little bit of a...
It didn't pay off.
Yeah.
He's good at the champion. It worked.
He's good at the champion, yes. It's his baby and solo
It worked
queue.
in the third place match. Didn't work here. Mouse Sports played around it well enough. They group up. Like, that's the thing, right? It's like, this is a very scary Mouse Sports to me because I think they've replaced their weakest player in Mokata by putting in KonDzi here. And Mouse Sports has always been pretty good at team play because they've just been together for so darn long. They've been a professional team for a good long time. They're going to have team play. The fact their individual skill is raised up here, they're a much more threatening team. They're a whole bunch of scary here. Libic, I like the choice to go for Anna here. Play more of an engaged champion than Pantheon I like as well. He can set his lanes up for a lot of success here.
There's a lot of hard engage here.
Yes.
Annie, Flash Tibbers, you have the Grand Skyfall right on top of that. Go ahead and Aegis of Zionia, somebody right afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he was going to go for, because I'm like, don't pick the Wukong again. You know, Trashy's not going to pick it up. He's got the Kha'Zix. You can't play Kha'Zix. You can't play Lee Sin. You played your Wukong. It wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Go for something else. So now they're formulating a composition around this instead of having a repeat performance of their first game.
Yeah. You know what's funny about this is you talk about repeat performances. This is a comp that I would run Katarina with. That I'd be comfortable running Katarina with. You have actual lockdown to supplement Katarina. That's not over-forced. Like, Flash Tibbers is like, all right, good engage. Flash Wukong ult doesn't always pay off. So Reason now to make their few choices. Of course, they can grab the rest of their bottom lane. They're actually waiting for their solo lanes to get counter picks here, to get good lane matches, because they've been burned by bad lane matchups before. So Caitlyn Leona, it's a fine bottom lane. It's good engage. BarneyD's Leona is all right. He's been getting caught out a bit.
Yeah.
But as far as his actual skill accuracy, he's been good at playing Leona.
That's true. He's been landing the abilities. Gets caught out. I like his ultimates. He locks people up and stops them from getting into the fight.
Yeah.
Or uses it to engage. And I want to jump over here to Mouse Sports. They're definitely taking their time with this, because I'm sitting here thinking, you could run Gragas with this, you could run Orianna with this. They would both be great, and TakeFun plays both of those. I don't think he's going to go back to the Katarina. If he did, I'd be surprised.
I think they'd rather blind pick top anyway. I think mid lane is too important for them.
Yeah.
But unless they can get a really safe mid laner here that they're fine to run with. Oh! Okay, so Zed comes through. Now that's not really the most played of either Kubon or TakeFun. I was like about to say it's probably definitely a TakeFun champion, but like Kubon could just be playing that.
Kubon can play whatever he wants. He played Elise last game.
Yep.
I don't even care. He can play Zed in the top lane. That's fine.
He played John on top lane for all I care. I'd believe it if he picked it.
So I don't know where that Zed's going to go. But I'm looking at this team composition right now, and they're having that same problem from game 1 with the lack of wave clear. No Gragas, no Orianna. They're going to go try to assassinate people, because this looks like a dunk team to me.
Yeah.
Like, Zed's going to go ahead, come bottom, roam bottom at the same time. Pantheon's going to ultimate and set themselves up for success and possibly Barons and Dragons off of it.
Yeah.
So, Reason Gaming, they're going to have to throw it over and pick their solo lanes. One of them will be blind, possibly both, if you don't think that that's a top lane.
Yeah, true.
We'll have to see.
There's always a chance they kind of throw it for a loop. I mean, it's still extremely likely to be TakeFuns, but you got to keep the option open. The pick's going to be kind of interesting. BarneyD still hovering on Exhaust for a Summoner spell. Is going to be top lane Irelia here for beansu. Doesn't play it a ton, but still a strong champion overall. And of course, a great player by his own right. Mid lane Nidalee is going to be interesting to watch for. You don't have good gank synergy, so I feel like TakeFun is going to have kind of free license to just chill in the mid lane and farm and push and kind of roam around for the map. I also don't see a champion that's going to be really, really good at 1v1ing the Zed either. I feel like Irelia doesn't build tanky for a while, and Zed's going to power up and be able to one-shot people. And we used to see games where Zed would one-shot Trundles in the split push. Like, I don't see someone who can take out TakeFun.
Maybe takes the fun out of that matchup.
Yeah, it does. They just throw javelins. But the thing to worry about, though, and here's another thing that actually concerns me, is they're running Nidalee against a team with 2 forms of engage.
Yeah, usually you pick Nidalee against something that doesn't have hard engagement, but he's doing it against multiple hard engages here.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they lack the wave clear on both sides now. So everybody's just going to be sitting there saying, all right, who can get the pick, who can get the rotation? And their wave clear is really left to their AD carry for the most part.
It depends who shows up, right? Because if you want to play defense as Reason Gaming, like, you can throw javelins at the enemy champions and tell them to back off the turret. You could probably defend okay with that, while probably beansu split pushes. I think they're okay defending with 4, though it's a bit risky. For Mousesports, yeah, it's like Max has got to do it. If TakeFun is defending, he'll be good at wave clearing. I think if Kubon aims it right, he can get rid of the caster minions with Volatile Spiderling, but it's all a little bit iffy. The team that gets behind is going to have a hard time getting back in. It's really like, when you get behind, it's what kind of hard engage can you find? Can you get the Flash Annie ulti on top of a Grand Skyfall? Right? That's how Mousesports gets back.
Yeah.
It's that kind of stuff.
It's that wombo combo, which we saw they can do in Game 1. And then they go for the Elise in Game 2.
Yep.
And now it's Kubon back on it again in the top lane, up against an Irelia.
Yeah.
Which I think is a better matchup for Elise, just in the overall.
Yeah.
As opposed to a Renekton, because the sustain is not as high. You're going to be bullying her extremely hard in that early game. Just, I'm fascinated by Kubon's pick.
Yeah.
And I really want it to be a thing. I really want it to be a thing.
Yeah.
I want to be like, I'll see more top lane Elises, and his cocoons are great. And the fact that she took a little hit in the jungle might mean she's primed for the top lane. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean, the nerfs were basically base damages go down on both Qs, and max damage to monsters goes down on both Qs. And there's actually 2 things to think about with this. So it's interesting how numbers can change where champions go, because a top laner gets more gold and more experience than a jungler. And so if you ever lose base values, of course, you lose lane pressure, of course, right? Your laning does go down, but your ability to compensate for the nerfs goes up. Right, level 18 Elise is arguably stronger than level 18 Elise after, before the changes, because your cocoon lasts for another half a second, and you're more likely to hit level 18 if you are a top laner. So, I think you're right. I'm kind of spelling out what you're saying.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and of course we saw Kubon buy a death cap, more % health damage, right? More damage output going on overall helps compensate for the fact that the base damage went down. So, we'll see how it pans out. BarneyD once again going to start out with a Relic Shield, and for the 3rd time in a row, Livik is starting out with a Doran Shield. Does open up with a stun. Mousesports looking for an early invade.
And Reason Gaming going to go ahead and have their defense just lined up here on the side. So a lot of people have actually, instead of doing the fan out in the Challenger Series with the changes to the 2-minute trinkets, they're just like, all right, we're going to get invaded, and we are probably going to late invade them. So it's just Clash of the Titans. Nobody's buying those. Well, very rarely people buy wards at the start, despite not having your trinket up until 2.
We see it once in a while. This time they're not going for it. See where everyone goes. Mousesports just happy to spam their emotes. Reason Gaming, much more stoic. Let's try this one out.
Yeah.
You know it's do or die.
A baker.
There you go. Pantheon wants to be a baker.
A baker.
A baker. Now again, guys, this game means a hell of a lot for both teams. The loser is out of the Challenger Series. They are not going to qualify for the summer split. The winner moves on to the semifinals. They'll be the 4th and final semifinalist. 3 of those 4 semifinal teams make it to the summer promotion tournament. Means odds are good that you can get there, but you've got to win this game to get it.
Yes, because it'll be the semis before people participating. Then there's a 3rd, 4th place match with the losers, and the winner of that will take it as well.
Yep.
So whoever wins this plays NIP, the #1 seeded team. So if you can upset them, then that's fantastic. You secure your spot.
Yep.
If you lose to them, you get another chance.
Win your 3rd place match.
Yeah.
And that'll be either Cloud9 Eclipse or Denial. Of course, all 3 of those, well, all 5 teams we're going to see right now are very good teams. We're seeing this here in front of us. But you got to win the matches to make it happen. Looks like Reason Gaming going to opt into the 2v2 lane. Same for Mousesports here at the bottom.
Swap
nice
buff,
KQ.
though.
Yeah, that's fine. Gonna be okay with this one. Mousesport's happy to put a little bit of harass down. Mackler trying pretty hard to put some damage into BarneyD.
Ooh, immediately we see KonDzi come top. You don't expect a gank this early.
Oh, and the dash is down.
Forward.
beansu's only gonna have a flash to get out of this one. It's been burned. All right. And honestly, there's no real danger of KonDzi losing his red buff, so
That's some Season 2 stuff right there.
seriously, level 2 ganks top? What is this?
Go get a buff, then go gank?
What is this,
KonDzi.
2012? Come on, guys.
Huh.
Get with the times. That's a flash burned for about 30 seconds of jungler's time. I mean, we talked about this matchup, right? How well Kubon did last time around, how rough it was for beansu, and now suddenly you've got a flash advantage. The next 4 minutes, if he shows back up, it's a kill. This could be very, very good for Mousesports.
Now, recent gaming, they have to be a little bit on edge because they lost their first game to them. This new lineup here with KonDzi definitely working out for Mousesports, and it is do or die. This very last game here, the pressure is on. The momentum is actually in favor of Mousesports. They won the last game. You had to be coming off of that, but it's basically even playing field. You can't let that last loss get to you. You have to look at it and be like, this is what we did wrong. This is where our rotations didn't go. This is what happened in our champion select, and remedy the problem going into this game. And the top lane Elise, once again, so the question will be, was that the deciding factor?
Oh, doesn't quite stop the recall in time. The last quarter second, you get to still recall anyway. Kubon not going to stop that one. I am surprised by the Doran's Blade opening from beansu. It's really hurt his ability to sustain, but he's going to teleport back up without losing much. Has a flask and some more potions, so see how long it's going to take. The stun's going to land for Sencux. Flash is already down. Good damage. The barrier popped as well. The flash, the E.
Oh.
Not enough damage. Too many summoners burn. Mousesports bit off more than they could chew.
Got the flash for it too, but TakeFun blows his own in return. The barrier from Sencux saving his life there. And the route that KonDzi has been taking through this jungle has been amazing. Trashy is getting out-ganked.
Yeah, he is.
This early on, he's back. Oh, he's too far away.
Yeah, Sencux survived that one. Not too big of a deal.
Trashy's on the opposite side. He set up wards to just know what's going on at the Wraith camp at all times.
Yeah, and he counter juggles it too.
And that's pretty much his style. If he can't get a gank or force a gank or no lanes look gankable to him, especially something like Nidalee, it's not that great to gank for.
Yep.
He's going to go counter jungle. He's going to try to put pressure on the enemy jungler and make them make a move.
Exactly.
Or make them fight him.
Yep. That's the mark of a good jungler, is when you see an advantage, you say, okay, their jungler went to the bottom side of the map. It means you know you can get Wraiths. You know you can steal that away, get rid of some of the golden experience potential, and then go back around. Trashy, making good adaptations so far in the game. Great player overall, of course. We're going to see Kubon push around to the top lane. Double Doran's ring for him. We'll see if he can equalize the CS here. Looks like he'll get close. beansu also gets a ward down and try brush. And we'll see a minute and a half or so until the second round of buffs comes back up. We've got a while till the junglers hit 6, but when they do, they'll have some pretty scary ganks.
Yeah, Kubon's got the double Dorans now. Go ahead and sustain his mana back up after killing. And this passive regen. So he's going to use that just to try and harass beansu out of the lane.
To be honest, beansu's doing well.
Yeah, beansu's doing really well in this matchup, especially compared to his last matchup that he was in. Look at that, just chunks him more and more every time.
Well, chugging the flash charges, we'll see how long he needs them. Of course, his summon or teleport with only a 3-minute cooldown is most of the way back up. So as long as he doesn't have to TP back into team fights, beansu can stay around in this matchup and keep farming. And then I want to know, if it does just go equal for a while, who's going to have the better late game? Fed Irelia or Fed Elise, because they're both trading farm.
I have no idea, but the Nidalee is going to be what this is mostly about. Can he scale? Can Sencux get the spears he needs into the fights and set up his team and set up the Kha'Zix to pick people off, or just have the threat of a Kha'Zix? Ward expired. KonDzi's coming back up top. beansu, if he queues forward, he might be a goner.
The flash stun comes in. beansu does not have flash right now. The damage coming in.
Cocoon's up
as well. Cocoon lands. First blood comes through. What a stun coming in. Pays off the flash cooldown from level 2 gank.
The ward expired, and KonDzi just sneaks him very easily. Flash, Aegis of Zionia very, very quickly. No hesitation on that. And now he has this timer, because he actually started it at that blue buff at 720. Well, it'll be up about 720. It's up in just a second.
And Trashy's forced to defend the top lane. Of course, teleport is available from Irelia. They could swap down. But will the Golem die in time? It's a little bit of a risk here for Pantheon. He starts it, realizes Irelia shows up. This is a risk for KonDziSan.
Oh, it's a level 6 Kha'Zix. Oh, he spited it!
Oh, didn't get the damage. Easy pickup for Trashy.
Well, here's the thing, he wants to give it to Sencux.
He's on top of a ward, but yeah, KonDziSan can't get in there to get it. Wow. Almost, but a little bit too much risk. Had to back off.
Helped out Reason Gaming on that one.
Yeah, a little bit. Bought him some time.
Here's a golem, guys, that did it for you. Smited it too, so you can save your own.
Super low.
Yep. You can thank me later.
They might have already thanked him. Bottom lane, though, I got to point out a big lead for Reason Gaming. They open up with a GP10 on BarneyD versus a Doran Shield, and even still hold a 12 minion lead among the AD carries. That is pretty nice here. Reason Gaming, despite down a kill, up 400 minions because of the farm. beansu in a trade with Kubon. Good damage comes through. Dashes forward. Cocoon comes through. beansu maybe tried a little bit too hard for that one.
Yeah, really the Elise damage is something that's been underestimated even by myself here.
Yeah.
Coming into this matchup. And the previous matchup too. Just you have to pay respect to that. And if you learn that in the middle of a match,
yep, might be too late.
You probably took too much damage. You might be paying for it, which he did.
Well, they're still trading pretty equally in minion kills. Even the champion kill that paid off and didn't stop the minion farm from coming in. So beansu now with double Doran's Blade. Gonna try to keep himself going. Sencux trading pretty equally with TakeFun as well. So far as far as the laning phase is concerned, Sencux is fine here.
Oh, man drop coming into the mid.
Jump in from TakeFun. Ulti comes through. Flash force from Sencux. He flashes for the ulti, but good damage comes through. Blue buff will keep him safe.
I like the setup from TakeFun on that one.
Yeah.
To throw out the shadow and then make it look like he's actually backing off for the harass. Swaps to it and then uses his ultimate.
It's nice.
Does some damage that gets out, but does bait the flash.
Yeah.
Which KonDzi, into his praise, he's been actually keeping those flash timers very well.
Yeah, but unfortunately he's out of mana. He's on the wrong side of the map as well. Reason Gaming capitalized off the fact that TakeFun and KonDziSan left the lane. Take over the dragon real quick. Of course, their bottom lane was winning as well. A 15 minion lead here for these guys. You can see 400 gold between the AD carries. And even despite the first blood, only 200 gold separates the top laners. So Reason Gaming looking pretty good so far.
Even in CS in the top, it's just that kill keeping the balance.
Yep.
Now, you see Nidalee has bought the tier. Early game is very, very standard now because if when you're up against somebody who's doing physical damage, you don't want the chalice. But to compensate for the AP loss, he's going to go ahead.
Trashy. TakeFun doesn't quite find the opening. Trashy's going to try again for the recall. Nidalee, of course, is going to cut off TakeFun's retreat. Does not land Javelin, though. Okay, never mind.
Oh, he's not even taking 2.
Nope.
So I guess he missed all the spears he didn't throw. So 2. 3.
It works with spears. Wow, you're just counting the cooldown. Every 6 seconds, you're just adding another miss.
4.
That doesn't... Oh, my God. Please.
Hey, you missed it. That's how many he's missed this game. 5.
He's been on the map for like 11 minutes. That's like 50.
Oh, my God.
So many javelins.
Hey, he's hit a couple.
This is unfortunate. Seeker's Arm Guard and tier done for Sencux so far. It's going to be pretty durable. Usually we don't even see him finish Zonias for someone like Nidalee. It's just enough to not lose a full trade to Zed and stop there and go for more damage. I want to see where the build does mature. Trashy going to sneak into the top lane a little bit. We'll see if Kubon trades again with beansu.
beansu's in stun range, though, with the equilibrium strike.
He is.
Go ahead and close the distance. Get a stun onto it. Allow Trashy to get close. Flash is still available for Kubon. Grand Skyfall is about up too, and he goes for it.
Stun, in comes the jump in. A lot of damage comes through. There's the repel. Grand Skyfall to turn around. Flash from Kubon. Can he turn this fight around? Goes for the stun, finds beansu, but Flash is available to counter engage onto KonDziSan. Trashy in the front lines. No one's going to rotate up for the mid lane, though. Just a trade of spells.
So everything pretty much went the way that it was expected. The flash away from Kubon, so he was safe. And the Grand Skyfall cooldown had just come up, so KonDziSan put himself right into the fight. Trashy and beansu both have theirs. Yep.
Good Spiderling's going to spot the brush right there.
Why not?
That's one good thing about top lane Elise that I forgot about. She can check brushes for like 80 mana.
Definitely worth it.
Absolutely the right call right here. Sencux in a bit of a trade. Ignite comes down. He's trying. Barrier being used. Dodges the Q. Yeah, Sencux going to survive it though. The Solar Flare going to come down. Big fight in the bottom lane. Krislund taking a whole bunch of pain. BarneyD locking down Makler.
Support versus AD carry, and he's going to win that one.
And the stun's going to come up for BarneyD in a second. Going to flash forward, lands the stun, but the culling still going for Krislund. BarneyD jumps in, goes down.
He's got ace in the hole still.
It'll get blocked by Makler, though.
But, yeah, Krislund didn't go for any more aggression. Just backed off. Oh, KonDziSan out of position.
This is not good for him. Trashy over the wall is going to land the W. Takes him down. Trashy gets the kill. Bit off more than he could cheat right there.
That was a hefty W.
He had a trapper before it.
Those void spikes. Ow.
Yep. Got a lizard over and 2 long swords. A lot of damage available. Oh. Good damage from Makler, though. On the 2v1, they're really capitalizing on this one, trying to get themselves back into the lane. Krislund is taking some punishment. We'll see if Mousesports can keep alive in this lane, though. They're still down 20 minions here in the matchup. It's actually been getting worse over time. A 1,000 gold lead for Reason right here, and Sencux going to grab his blue buff.
Exactly. Good thing to point out is, oh, he sees it too. He sees the back. Or did he?
He didn't. He went that far down.
He's going to miss like one minion to the turret. No!
TP not quite available, though, for beansu, so he's going to be late getting back, but looks like that might be a Mercury Treads picked up for him. He's grabbed the Null Magic Mantle on top of his Sheen. See how much that pays off. TakeFun still trading around the lane. These teams are playing very, very gank-based.
Yeah.
They're basically trading farm in lane, no major plays being made. I mean, we have seen kills once in a while. But it's basically like if the jungler makes a move, the teams will play for it. But they're not grouping up for turret pushes. And of course, Dragon's off the map because of a good rotation by Reason.
It's a longer laning phase than we saw in game 1 and 2. And Sencux has a blue, but here comes the Pantheon.
Directly on top of the Pantheon, he has flash available. The flash comes in, the flash in from TakeFun. Just enough damage. Down goes Sencux. Good gank.
GG.
Good. There you go. GG indeed.
So we handed over the blue. Says you can have a second one too. Oh, but Kubon's getting ganked top.
This is not good for Kubon. Trying to find damage on beansu. Jumps over to the left-hand side, waiting for cooldowns, but Trashy is on the hunt. Not too good for Elise. He's going to be going down. Just wanted to buy some time. Whatever.
And assist gold in tow.
Yep. He didn't want to give the kill itself to beansu. I think that's the kind of the reason is he basically chose who got the kill. I guess saying he couldn't do enough damage to get rid of Irelia regardless.
Ooh. We have Tibbers available. No flash. And if Reason Game, he's going to check it.
Krislund not in a good spot. There comes Tibbers. There comes the stun. It's going to be way too much damage. Kill picked up there for Makler. 4-2. Mousesports back to the 200 gold lead. And the mid lane turret went down for TakeFun.
And now equalizing the gold. Dragon is up in 35 seconds. Krislund will be back on the field, heading his way over there. But at the same time, this bottom lane is definitely in danger of being pushed in. Trashy might have to put a little bit of his attention there.
See what these guys can find. Bottom lane turret under siege. It's a bit outnumbered here. Mousesports with the number lead, but Trashy's coming down, walks through a ward. Same for Sencux. Just going to be the retreat here from Mousesports bottom lane. No big deal for these guys.
Now where they know where they are. They're going to start setting up for this dragon. The pink wards are coming down. Ping into that bush, but KonDziSan's actually not going to check it just yet. There we go.
Yeah!
Wanted to cover himself.
Pink ward goes down. Ugh. Javelin in the back of the head. That hurts a little bit. Get it?
That's exactly what they need, though. If Sencux lands another, then it'll completely get him out of the fight, and it'll mean that he can't.
TakeFun overextends. Takes the whole bunch of flows from Trashy. The Javelin won't quite land, but the ulti comes in. Can he get the trade kill? Nah. Overextension. TakeFun gets punished.
He used his Living Shadow.
Yep.
And it was on cooldown for the rest of that chase.
Yeah.
And now KonDzi took a lot of damage from that single spear. Dragon is live right now. Teleport for beansu if he wants to. So it puts some pressure on Kubon, just keep tabs on him, and possibly cocoon him underneath turret, which doesn't pull aggro. Now he sees Living off on the side. It's a 2-on-2 with a dragon. There we go. Okay.
Good job by Trashy. Smites it away properly. Gets the dragon kill. Second of the game for Reason here. They're actually uncontested so far. 2-0 on dragons. And with the mid lane going down thanks to TakeFun's death, a 2,000 gold lead here for these guys. You can see the big money right now is on the jungler Trashy, 5,500 gold. All of the kills on his team are his right now.
Yep. 100% kill participation and kill stealing.
Securing.
Securing, that's what KS stands for. Kill secured. Oh!
Ooh, the jump in. BarneyD lands a stun. Ulti in as well. Good Panda to Makler. Was not worth the Leona ulti though. That's fine.
Dang. So Sencux finishes his Zhonya's Hourglass first item.
He does. Okay.
Even before boots.
Dang.
Just goes
got boots one
for it. Yeah. He doesn't finish them, though.
No.
He's got
only really one boot.
boots of speed. But yeah, that's how afraid he is of the death mark. And the fact that he keeps getting ganked. And the fact that they will turret dive him and have shown that they aren't afraid to. Both junglers are actually up top right now, poised to fight. Oh, here comes Trashy going in.
beansu looking for it. Kubon's there as well, but here comes the jungler on the other side as well. Who's going to win this fight?
Trashy has another stealth.
Trashy jumps in. The Q, the W lands. Nice play there. Lands it slow as well onto KonDziSan.
He's isolated.
W. Oh, the shield block comes in. Gets the win right there. KonDziSan knew the pass was coming up. Blocked enough damage. No fear for Pantheon.
beansu, bro, where are you at? I thought you had my back.
Farming minions. It's true.
So Trashy's like, where were you?
So much. You know, Reason Gaming puts so much faith in Trashy that they don't even bother backing him up. The flash engage from Livic, though. They look for Krislund. Good exhaust going to stop some of the damage coming through. The nice solar flare as well hits one. Ooh. BarneyD should be okay to get away from this one. Another stun comes out from Livic, though. This might be a little bit too much for BarneyD. Wow. More damage than I expected. Bloodthirster, big damage.
And nobody dropping there. Get themselves a turret in the top lane for Reason Gaming. Now 2.7k gold lead. They've been contesting the objectives well, rotating well. And down bottom, though, like you said, you think that in the matchups, 1-to-1, that the bottom lane is definitely in favor of mousesports here. Over Krislund and BarneyD. Just a little bit of an edge. And beansu. Oh, he gets scared away.
Cocoon lands. A little bit of damage as well. Kubon over the wall, barely lands the repel, and that's going to be enough damage. beansu goes down. mousesports finding a lot of rotational kills, 1,200 gold deficit still, but they're going to look to back from the top turret, and they're going to get it.
Konzi basically saying, I'm going to flash for that. I've done it before. I'm going to do it again. Irelia has the tenacity boost, has the passive, so he has more tenacity based on how many people are around him. So he just needed that tiny lockup to guarantee the kill. If he hadn't done that, then Irelia would have just slicked away.
Oh, well played by these guys now. 900 gold. Reason Gaming trying to push the bottom lane down. Both these teams actually trading outer turrets rather rapidly. 5 of the 6 tier 1 turrets are dead. Reason Gaming has a bit more time to push this one down, although Annie and Lucian are coming in soon. Trashy, though, on the inside track steals away the blue buff. And he's waiting for a trap.
He's waiting for somebody to come there.
Oh, they're going to the bottom lane.
5-man strong.
There they go, the engage on. They're going to find a bit of a slow into Livic. The Javelin lands as well. Solar Flare's going to get a slow onto Lucian. Not much more than that, though. Outer turret does die. Javelin lands on a Pantheon as well.
This is where they need to be. They took off the primary engager.
Yeah.
Now it's on to Pantheon, who doesn't have Grand Skyfall available. And they have Nidalee, blue buff, sieging up, ready to poke, ready to get them off of this objective. Reason Gaming, this is what the strategy that is completely in their favor right now.
Of course, Javelin hit Mako. The W spam from Trashy helping a little bit as well. This is nice from Reason Gaming. Tier 2 turret. They really got no business defending this one. Looks like it's going to be taking a whole bunch more pain. The wave clear from Zed, they're trying. But Krislund just constantly putting damage down. Turret's down, probably one wave from death, but mousesports are back alive.
Yeah, and we talked about it at the early game. What counters Nidalee? Hard engage. They killed Annie. Here's some free damage onto your turret. Oh!
Oof, Kubon blocks it just in time. Spider Form does not help anymore. There's no bonus armor MR, but trades anyway for the move speed, I guess. And here we're going to see if the Javelins are enough. Looks like it's going to be mousesports back off from turret number 2 in the bottom lane. This gives a 3,000 gold lead now to Reason. 1.5 minutes till Dragon comes up. And some quick counter jungling.
They go back to their strengths here from game 1 for Reason Gaming. The poke.
Yeah.
And in the past, they were playing Ziggs constantly that it's banned against them every game. Sencux likes those poke champions. It's very reminiscent of a Pekin Wolf. But when he plays the Assassins, he has a good game. He's a decent game. But it's just not his strongest type of champion. And I like seeing him back on the Nidalee. They lack the wave clear, but so does Mouse.
Yeah.
At the same time. It was very sluggish clearing those waves out. They'd have to use Volatile, Spiderling, etc. Now Livic, he's going to face check. They're
little too aggressive. Down he goes. I don't know why he went that far in. That is a risky ward to go for with everyone off the map. And now 40 seconds until Dragon. Livic will be back in time for it. But map control has to be relinquished for mousesports, giving a lot of time for beansu to farm and push up the top lane and get a bigger level lead than he already has.
Now Dragon up in 30 seconds. They're going to start putting deeper wards, start positioning, poising, making sure that they can take it. But Reason Gaming want to siege up. Oh, spears.
The 4v4 siege is strong. Kubon on the side. They're going to look for this one. Are they going to find the engage? Spiderling comes out. Bit of damage. BarneyD's going to lock up Kubon.
Oh, they're going to take
not where he wants to be. Locked up for too long. Can't repel any of it. Great job there. The combo. Knocking him down.
At the same time, beansu's been shoving top to the point that he's on the turret, and this middle turret is about 1 or 2/10 of its HP left.
But Reason aren't trying to get turrets, they're just trying to take incremental advantages. The red buff just stolen away right now by Trashy. The mid lane gonna go down to the main siege force anyway. beansu gets some work done. That's all he really wanted.
Yeah, pulls KonDzi up to the top lane. They establish jungle dominance. Dragon up once again. Pings coming out here from Mousesports. They say we have to try and contest this. Livic's going to get vision. We saw that worked last time.
Let's see what they can find on this one. It's the Dragon, of course. Not too hard for them. They actually do pull beansu with them. They don't want to burn the summoner spell cooldown just to get this one picked out. Of course, when the minion waves are in bad shape, nothing really to farm anyway. It's going to be a very quick Dragon picked up, and now 7,000 gold. Over the last 3 minutes, a big chunk of cash went Reason's way.
Those rotations. Trashy having 100% kill participation still, 5-1 and 2 on his team. And this is typically how Reason Gaming wins.
Yeah.
Sencux survives the laning phase with some type of poke champion. Trashy just trashes the top lane, the jungle, and then when they group up, it's like, oh, you have a very squishy front line because top has been shut down, that we will just poke you down with Ziggs, with Nidalee, with Gragas, with whatever we want to use. And then Trashy will just be this engagement force, this cleanup crew, this high damage character because he's been getting going.
Yep, it's worked so well for these guys. Trinity Force now done for beansu. He's hit his first power spike there. Merc Treads are done, and he stops actually at just that item and goes tanky afterwards. Says, you know what, let's build a little bit tankier. Let's be able to dive the turrets a bit sooner. Livic takes about a third of his health from the Caitlyn ulti, and the siege continues. beansu up onto the turret already. Look how fast it's going down. Mousesport's barely there to defend.
Oh my gosh!
Javelins are gigantic, and the inhibitor turret goes down at 24 minutes.
The game was very slow at first, but now it's blown up, and here comes the Pantheon ultimate. It's all or nothing.
What are they going to find? Caitlyn trap's not going to land on him. KonDziSan just blows up. beansu gets the kill credit. Trashy goes in for Zed as well. Jumps toward the backline. TakeFun goes down. 2 for 0, 3 dead already. Livic also dropped Kubon.
That's it.
Backlines, 4 kills, 25 minutes in. Inhibitors down. Can they close the game?
And most likely they're going to close it out here. They have a lot of damage. 4-4-0 on the overall. And we see they're just chunking them down. 10k gold lead, 25 minutes into the game. They're going to take it 2-1.
Wow, Reason Gaming coming up big, winning the quarterfinal matchup. They're going to be facing off against Ninjas in Pajamas next week for a spot in the LCS promotion tournament. Big game with these guys. Trashy 7-1-3. Huge game from the jungler. I got to see that team deserved it.
Yeah, Reason Gaming stepped up there. Game 1, Game 3. Mousesports, but big shout out to them because they came this far. They took a game off of somebody who 2-0'd them previously. So they go home with they could go home with their heads held high.
Yeah,
because it was a great performance all around.
They played well.
Staying toe-to-toe with them, even in that first game, just all the way through, gold very even. This game, it was kind of just scales, just getting heavier and heavier, and then creating that big advantage.
Yeah.
So Reason Gaming, they 2-1 here. They move on to the semifinals, which will be on the 10th.
Yeah.
And they play against NIP, a team that 2-0'd them.
Yeah.
Previously.
We'll see how it pans out. Now, what I like about this series as well is how much the European scene has advanced. I mean, it's a sad story for Meet Your Makers or now Mousesports, but think about it, right? They came in, qualified for the LCS, got knocked out of the LCS, lost the promo tournament, now playing in the Challenger Series, knocked out of that as well. A lot of teams have come up and passed that skill level and are now very serious contenders to the LCS spots there. You're going to see how many players are showing up, being these top contenders, players that weren't really around in the top scene like 2 years ago, but showing very well for themselves now.
There's a ton of talent in the European scene.
Yeah.
And you could just look at the LCS standings and realize how close everybody really is in that pool. And then you have these teams that come out of nowhere, like Rocat, and it's like, oh, we're actually a top LCS team.
Yeah.
And like KMT, they'd been around for a while, but under the radar.
Yeah.
And they just pop up and everybody's like, who are these guys? And then, bam. So we could have another one of those teams somewhere around here.
Yep, you're going to see him very, very soon. Now, of course, the European quarterfinals are whittled down to the semis. Let's take a look at whose LCS hopes are still alive. Taking a look at the bracket. Yesterday, Denial Esports carved out a win up top, and they're going to be going head-to-head with Cloud9 Eclipse.
And down below tonight's winners, Reason Gaming is starting down the top seed. is staring down the top seed. Ha! Reading's fantastic.
Yeah.
Staring down the top seed, Ninjas in Pajamas.
And now that's going to be it for the European Challenger Series for this Super Week. But don't fret, the North American Challenger Series launches Friday, immediately following day 1 of the North American LCS Super Week. The carnage begins 12 noon Pacific, 9 p.m. Central European Summertime.
But of course, tomorrow, Super Week continues in the EU LCS. Leading off the 5-game extravaganza is Kha'Zix and Millennium taking on Svenskeren and SK Gaming. And those battles kick off at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 5 p.m. Central European Summertime.
And with that, our time together has come to a close tonight. But before we go, I want to say thanks again to our friends at Coca-Cola. Now for myself, Zyrene, and the entire live broadcast crew, thanks for watching, good night, GG, and play more Ultra Rapid Fire.